guys, it's Yandu with Bullish Builds here. In this video, we're going to explore the concepts of support and resistance levels, all right, as well as the trend lines and how to learn how to draw them accurately. Before we dive in, I want to let you all know that I do have a Discord channel here. It is completely free to join. You do have the option to upgrade your membership to become a premium member for only $4.99, only 200 spots limited, and then it bumps up. All right, we do have daily or weekly discounts, I would say, every week. Okay, this week it's 25% off for the lifetime access. All right, pretty much we provide daily alerts for stocks if you're interested in staying up to date for everything. Here's some examples of today's alerts. Up to a 52% runner. I believe this one went up. Then it went up to another 40%. He hit 70%. And then even big hit a 45% gain today. Over 200% just today. All right, here's some profits from them. You can see. And they did great today, honestly. Yeah, he got it at 60 and sold it for 86. All right. Let's see, he even got himself at 86 as well. So there you go. Be sure to join the Discord community. You can find the link in the description. All right, now let's jump into the topic of support and resistance levels. All right, and discover how to use these tools and analyze the stock market. Now, support and resistance lines is such a critical thing, I think, in technical analysis for day trading, swing trading, any kind of trading. I think this is the main thing that people should at least for sure be aware of how to do, how to draw, how to know the levels and everything like that. All right. Now, this is my setup and I'll explain my setup later. It's only set up for premium Discord members because of how valuable it is right now, but I'll explain it in a little bit of why I do like this setup. All right, but let's just say here we are. We're going to use SPY as an example. All right, let's first talk about support levels. These are price levels where the stock tends to stop falling and starts to rebound. All right, think of it like a floor. So when the stock hits the level, it's like hitting a floor and bounces back up. All right, on the other hand, resistance levels are basically going to be price levels that the stock tends to stop rising and starts back to fall down. Okay, so like peaks, so like ceilings. Think of it as like a ceiling. When the stock hits this level, it's like hitting a ceiling and can't go any higher and then starts coming back down. All right, now the key to using these levels are to draw them accurately, and for that we will show you how exactly to do that here soon. Okay, but once you identify these levels, you can then draw horizontal lines that represents them, and then it gives you a visual representation of where the stock is likely to bounce or to struggle. All right. So let's do that right now. All right. First off, now basically your support are going to be dips and your resistance is going to be peaks. Okay. And there can be multiple support and resistance lines. But what makes it stronger is how many times it has bounced on that specific line. So I don't like to draw lines for these, okay? So you'll see a lot of people online do this. And they'll draw this resistance level. Now you can do that, you're right. Like this is a good solid resistance level. And you can see it has peaked here, broken through this, but this is a minor little peak here. So it technically counts. Boom, and then peaks here, peaks here, peaks here again. So this is a strong level, okay? This is a strong level and it's considered a level. But what I like to do instead of that, because there's a lot of breakthroughs that can happen. So if you draw this, it like breaks through and then comes back down. I like to do rectangular boxes. And the reason is we can kind of, give it like a range of a support instead of just a line, so we don't have to really look at it like that. Let me just see where my rectangular box is. I forget where it is. Right here. All right, so let's say we like this peak level. Let's just say we like this, so let's just do this much like this, right? And we'll just do it like that. So now we're in this range, right? We're in this nice little range. And when you look at this range, I mean, it's a nice resistance range. I mean, it's got some peaks right here. It hit, touched this, it touched it, you know. It's got multiple. We're in there now, right? And if we wanted to draw this back up, it would still be within this level. I mean, you can even see it has bounced multiple times off this level, all right? And this can be a solid support. I mean, resistance, I'm sorry. Now let's do a support level, right? So let's say we wanted to, where was my thing? Oh, right here. Let me just mark that. Okay. So now let's do one of these. Okay. So what are we looking at? Well, let's see. This is technically one of them. Okay, we can technically do this. This is technically a support level. It has dipped. You can even draw it down up to there, but this is stronger. That's like a long wick, which technically does count. But this right here looks strong. It has bounced here, here, and now it's here. So we can even draw that as well. All right, we can even draw this as well. And this is just big picture right now. This is just a big picture. It's got a really strong support at 380 and 360 and a nice peak at like 412, which is what we're in right now. It goes to 412 to 414. Right now, let's do a smaller time frame because this is just big picture, right? This is just a big picture thing. Let's do a smaller time frame. We day trade mostly here. We do options. We need a smaller time frame, but it's good to at least know the trend of the market. And once we know these levels, what you can end up doing is start drawing trend lines. So the base of this going up, and right, you do the bottom and you're touching the other bottom and you're going up. Same with the top, you're kind of going from the peak to, more peaks here, right? So for example, this could work just like that if you really wanted to. I actually think I did the other one a little bit better. I actually like this peak and drawing this right here real quick. So I like this. This is the current trend. You can see it, we're uptrending now. What we're doing, this is also considered a resistance. And this is also considered a support because it has bounced on the line multiple times. So what can happen? Well, this can either break through and then we would be uptrending. It would actually be considered a breakout and we would actually go up. Or this can fall back and stick to this pattern and start trending down and then going back up. And then here we'll decide if it's going to go up or down. All right. But let's go into a smaller time frame. Because I day trade a lot and I do a lot of options trading, I like looking at the 15. So 4 hours and daily is for big picture, but I like looking at the 15-minute chart. What we can do on a 15-minute chart is actually draw our lines for the day, right? What can we do for that? Well, let's remove this real quick. Now let's go into this 15-minute chart. Okay, let's go open it up a little bit. All right, well, what do we see here? Well, this is a strong, looks like this is a strong support level right here. All right, this looks like a strong support in this 406 range. We can even draw a nice little box up here for this level. We can pull this up. The reason is it has peaked here, so we're drawing a resistance here, okay? We're also going to be drawing, let's say, this level right here looks really strong. It has bounced multiple times, and we're looking at this level right here, which is where we're at right now. So this level right here actually looks really strong, okay? This is a stronger level, this looks like a weak level, and then this is a stronger level. The reason we're seeing that is it only has touched this level once so far. This has been touching multiple times, so this is a stronger level. So this can either break down or go up from there for sure, but if it breaks below this, then we're going down to the next support. This is a minor support because it has touched it once, right? There's a resistance there. And this is the next real strong level. So I can see if we break under, we can probably end up going down to 406. You really don't want this to break. This is also a small level. So every dip is technically a level. So if we draw it with a trend line, we can basically say this is a level of a support, I mean resistance, and then this is a level of resistance. You know, these are levels. This is level. These are all key little levels, but these are weaker. These are a little bit weaker. This one's actually a little stronger than the other ones because of the how many there are here. So actually, this one's a pretty strong level too, right here. All right, so 407 is strong. Once it goes down, you're going down 405, 406. And then these are gaps, which are also considered levels. So 404 is a level, 401, and then 395. All right. But now that you know how to draw these lines, another cool thing to understand is every support in the past was a resistance. So like support are resistances and resistances are supports. Like what does that exactly mean? Well, that means that this support was a resistance. And if you look at this eventually, it was right here. So they're like alternating levels because these levels are keys for switches and bounces. So these are where the reversals will come in. So like we're at a level right now. This can either go up because we're at a level. So as you see, it touched here and it's starting to bounce up. And you see how nice it is when you do boxes? Because if you had a level here, if you had this line just right here, you think it's a bounce, right? You can say, oh wow, it touched my level and it bounced. It's starting to bounce up. We're still in technically the support. This could technically come back down. So I like the rectangles because it gives you a little bit more of a range of what to really use it at. So you don't just like automatically think it's gonna pump back up because this can technically boom and all the way down. So I like using the boxes, right? But these levels are keys in switches. So it can either bounce and start going back up, or it can also bounce and then start going back down. All right. Once you know how to draw these levels, this will help you overall in determining what levels to look for when you're entering and exiting trades, because these are the levels that you should be entering and exiting trades. And you should have stop losses so that if it doesn't go your way, if it doesn't bounce that way that you think it's going to bounce, you at least stop out and then you're not hurt, right? Because this can technically look, this bounced here, right? So say if you think it's uptrending, say you buy, say you're going long here, but yet what I would do is I would put the stop loss right before, like right at this little wick here, a little bit, and then just ride this out to the next resistance like that. Why? Because if this breaks below this, it's already breaking pattern. It's breaking it. It's most likely going to go down. If you wanted to have a little bit more of a risk, you can even end it at like this previous resistance here, because this is also a minor level. So what you see how this is a level right here. So what I would do is I would even put it there, because if it does end up start going down, well, at least you're safe on the stop loss, and then if it ends up riding, you can just keep riding it up. Something like that, all right? Because there is ways where it does break out through. If it closes under this, you're pretty much going down from there. But it's a good way to enter trades. It's not like you're gonna enter over here because it's not looking that great. It's nothing really crazy there. It is a level though, but it's a new level. It's nothing previous in the 15-minute there. So I would look at other key levels, and then that's when you decide when to trade. All right. So that's how you do that. Trend lines will be basically once you find these levels, well, then you can start making trend lines where there's a bottom here, and you ride this all the way up at the bottom. So this is technically a support. It has been bouncing on the support. It's been uptrending, creating new highs. This one started to pull back. So it's either going to bounce here and go up and then what happens is if it doesn't and a candle closes under this trend line, now you can assume that this is going to be downtrending. So then you can take a short position. You can take a short position. You can put the stop loss above this last candle and ride this down. All right, if it breaks outwards. Okay? And that's how I would do it. So that's how that would be basically a good idea there. But let's look up. This setup is linked if you're a premium member. It's for every premium member. The reason I like this setup is because I don't really have to do much, all right? It kind of lets me know already my little boxes for support and resistance lines of where they're at. It also lets me know visually, like if you see my candles, they're different, right? The reason I like this setup is it removes the psychology of trading. So on this sell order, for example, if you rode this down and you had it in normal candles, it would be, red, green, red, green, red, green. You wouldn't even know what to do. You would probably sell because you think, oh, it's going to pump back up. Where in my case, it's just all red, and then I would sell at the first green. Same with like here, for example, it took a sell order, boom, 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 first green, you just get out of it. Buy, boom, 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 first red, you're getting out of it. Just like that. It also lets you know change of structures, change of characters, and then break of structures, which is really nice. Also gives me some nice sell and buy signals. Pretty accurate. This has been one of the most accurate setups I've had. Back tested everything. This is how I use this. This is the one I like the most. So I use this. I give it all to my Discord members. So if you want access to this, feel free to join Discord, upgrade for premium, and you can get my setup here. All right. It is all free indicators on TradingView, just with my own integrations there. All right. So I hope this video helped for you guys. You in my Discord channel, I'll put the links down below. I do use Webull and Robinhood, and I'll have links to those as well. All right. Appreciate you guys. Hope you have a good trading.